Been in sport now for about 50 years. Started off as a swimmer, then moved on to running, and it sort of progressed all from there. It's been a great adventure. I'm Nigel Lloyd, and I'm an athlete. So what inspires me about running a marathon? I think as a kid, I won't say I wasn't competitive, but speed didn't do it for me. I was more interested in endurance and distance. You know, how far could you actually push the body? That was the thing that always fascinated me. I've still got in the back of my mind this image of watching Dave Bedford on a black and white TV running a 10,000 metre race and being out there on his own. You know, you saw him start with all these guys, then soon he was just out there running the race on his own. You know, where was everybody else? Where had they gone? That just fascinated me. You know, just how could you do that? You know, that was just a question that was always at the back of my mind. And the same watching sort of Dave Moorcroft, Brendan Foster, and even, you know, Ron Hill when he won the Commonwealth and all those marathons he did. That was a fascination. But at that time, you know, running wasn't exactly the same as it is today. You know, it was a sort of an athlete sport, and that's why I've sort of been always brought up with it. You know, it's a completely different animal to what it is today. You know, there wasn't that sort of running boom that we had today that we had then. So you know, it was a bit of an inspiration, and it was just those guys that actually sort of sparked that interest. So when did I run my first marathon? That was back in 1989. It was the London Marathon. I think so 6-7 years before that, everybody was going to the States to run the New York Marathon. That had been the big sort of boom at the time, and it kind of launched that sort of running explosion that sort of came across to the UK. You know, it's thanks to Chris Brazier for looking at the New York and thinking they could actually do the same thing in London, which he did, and which is the event that we have today. It became a possibility with this kid who had this fascination about distance to go out there and push himself, see how far he could actually go. And this was a great inspiration to me. As ever, as it is with London Marathon these days, it took me 5 years to get into the first one. Nothing's changed, but it was a great day and with a very emotional finish. But we did it, and actually sort of got another 4 hours, which was wow, amazing. But then that was my first marathon. What's my best marathon? It's hard to say what the best one is out of the 18, because each one has been very different in their own different ways. Each one has its moments. You know, parts of it you sort of treasure, part of it you probably regret, but it's hard to say which one is the best. I think looking at it, the one I've done the most is London, so obviously my heart is always in London. It's where I've ran my PB at 3:25, and you know, you can't argue with that. And you know, with the atmosphere of the course and the whole thing, it's London is truly one of my favourites. I have to say that, having done Birmingham, Paris, Reims, you know, these are also great runs, and I think all of them are the best. But obviously my heart is in London, because that's where I've probably performed the best, if that's a good enough answer. Has a marathon been life-changing? Most certainly has. I think the more we do, we build in confidence. The marathon makes us stronger inside, makes us more so robust, and yeah, the way we look on life, our perspective on life sort of changes slightly. But I think back in 2002, that was the major sort of life changer for me, and it definitely made a difference to my life. Wasn't a particularly good day at the office. I was just wanted to get the thing over and done with. going to Birdcage Walk, and there's one guy on the floor in front of me and another guy trying to help him up, and I just wanted to finish, so I went past them, and there was this voice in the back of my head, and to this day I don't know where it came from. I don't know whose voice it was, but somebody said go back and help him, which was really kind of spooky at the time. So that's what I did. We got him to his feet, we shuffled down Birdcage Walk. His objective was to finish across the line and get the money for his charity. It's that thing us runners do, it's that camaraderie we do, we help each other. You know, the true spirit of the word, but the noise and everyone sort of cheering us on was overwhelming. We got round Buckingham Palace, and the noise in that corner, the hairs was on the back of my head. It just proved that we were doing something so special. And anyway, we got into the Mall, just pulled up for the finish line just to sort of have a bit of a rest. Everyone came rushing out, said, "Oh, we'll take it from here, we'll take it from here." I remonstrated, and my language was probably a little bit fruity. I looked at the big screen, and I was on TV having this argument with a guy. That's my claim to fame. Anyway, but our aim was to cross the line together. We'd gone a mile down Birdcage Walk onto the Mall. We were definitely going to finish together. So our aim was to actually put our foot on the line altogether, which I think we managed to do. Going across the line, paramedics were there. The last words from Ben was, I'll be in touch, and they whisked him away. We said, we're going to hear from him again, are we? Tuesday morning, I get a phone call at work. Is that Nigel? Yeah, it's Ben. You helped me on Sunday. Oh, great. How are you? You know, well, I'm actually still in London. I'm in hospital. Have you read the papers yet? I said, no. Apparently, there's a big voice up in the Telegraph, him lying in bed because he actually fractured his femur. So technically, what we thought was his twisted ankle was basically his leg partially falling off. If I'd known that at the time, would not have gone there. But that was just an amazing thing to do at the time. After that, I got a message from his charity, WizKids, to say thank you, because he had to raise about sort of £10,000 by that act, and if he hadn't finished, that money wouldn't have gone to the charity. So that makes you feel good. They invited us down to their sort of summer thank you party, got to know the charity, got a little bit more about them, became a volunteer for them, helped with their events team, passing on my knowledge of the marathon and everything like that, and had some really great happy years doing that. So by doing that one little act, it actually sort of changed my life, and ever since then I've followed this road of actually sort of passing on my knowledge and wisdom to other runners, and I've probably helped even more runners to actually achieve their ambition. So has a marathon sort of changed your life? It certainly has. Have I ever hit the wall? Oh yes, have I just. 2003. A couple of weeks prior to the marathon, I actually had a cold and flu. Probably shouldn't have done the event anyway. Thought I got rid of it, but it was still in the system. So 6 miles, I was actually sweating buckets. Carried on halfway, felt absolutely terrible, and I thought, you know, you're going to stop now, but you don't. You sort of go through that. You lose all sensibility at the time, so I just pushed on. Got to about mile 16, spotted a friend who dashed into the local McDonald's, got me a Coke. I still owe you that Coke, Hitesh. Just had this sort of sugar rush going around the Isle of Dogs, and wow, don't know where that came from. Got to about mile 20, and the wheel fell off, quite literally. All the energy just drained out the body, just fell out through the legs, and I just turned to jelly. Luckily, I was very close to the first aid station of the tower. Pulled up there, and they got sort of blankets around me and started rubbing the legs, trying to get some life back into them again. And for me, the marathon was over. I just felt like death. I just felt really sorry for myself and in a really bad state. One of the medics came back with a cup of tea. God knows how many sugars were in that, and all of a sudden, whoosh, you get this flow of energy and goodness of hit back in your body. But I was just so tired and knackered, and I was taking the number off, and this other guy came in with his mate. He says, "What are you doing?" He says, I said, "That's it, it's all over." I just said, "I can't go any further." And he just grabbed my shirt and said, "Bloody put it back on, you're going to finish this one, we're going to drag you around." And they did. Somehow, over the last 6 miles, we got round and we finished. It wasn't a spectacular time, wasn't feeling that great, felt bloody awful afterwards, but that's my effect of the wall. It does happen. So what's next for the marathon? I think I've probably got 1 or 2 left in me. I'm not getting any younger, 58 now, and it's not that I don't want to do one, it's just being the right frame to do one. It's I've always said to do a marathon, you've got to want to do a marathon, you've got to have the right sort of mindset to do it. You've got to be in the right place to do it. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of sacrifice of your life, it's a lot of training. To make it worthwhile, you've got to really want to do it. I would say I've really wanted to do it. I think it's just having a reason to do it. I've come to a point now where I'm not going to get any faster. I'm not going to do PBs anymore. I could probably, knock out a good half marathon, which I'll be happy with. But the thing was, with my last couple of marathons, the big question was, okay, you get halfway, and that's a recognised mark, but there's nothing until you reach 26 miles, which is a recognised mark to work for. So you can go through 15, 18, 20, but they're not recognised sort of distances. So why am I doing this for? You're running another 13 miles, and you get to the full marathon, and you've crossed the finishing line, you've not done a particularly good time. How are you going to feel? It's kind of more sort of a mental aspect to the marathon. That sort of it's kind of made me to put it to one side for a while and just sort of have a rethink of it. It's a marathon, it's an event that I still love. I absolutely totally love London and any sort of distance event like that. The passion's still there, but it's that mindset of having to do a really good one and get it right. I keep saying that I've yet to do the perfect marathon, and I think we're all like that. We all go out and expect to do the perfect marathon, but there's always some element of it that isn't quite right, and we have to go back again and again and again. That's probably why I've done 18. Still yet to get it right. So it's really purely a mindset rather than anything else. As I say, there's probably 2 left in me, but I want to make those significant and make them count and do them properly, and it's just been the right time, right place, right mindset to do those. What would be my advice to anybody running a marathon? Other than don't, I think really be true to yourself, dedicate yourself to the training, allow yourself time. That's the main thing. A marathon does eat up a lot of your personal time. You need to sort of probably put a good sort of 3 months to one side and actually sort of focus to that. Be focused to it, really be truthful to it. Don't treat the marathon with contempt, because she will hurt you. You just think, I'll knock this out, no problem. If you go with that mindset, you're in trouble. I think just believe in it. If you treat the marathon with respect, she will look after you. Believe me. I would say equal amount of effort, they come out to rest, look at your recovery times. You know, it's not all about distance, throwing a bit of sort of speed work in there, mix it about a bit. You know, it's not all about running those miles after miles after miles. You know, study the marathon, look at it. I always say, if you're running the marathon for the first time, that is a learning curve. Learn as much as you can from it. The second one is your marathon. You know, that is the one that counts, not the first one, the second one. And if you're going to say, I'm only going to do one, I don't believe you, because I've yet to know one person that's only done one marathon and said never again. They've always gone back, not the following year, it's probably sometime after that, they've gone out to that marathon again. So I'm not having that one. Most of all, enjoy it. It's an experience. It's a lot of time. Get the most out as you can. It is an adventure. If you get it right, you'll dine on those stories for a very, very long time. You know, I bore the hell out of people with my stories of marathons. Don't be afraid of that. You know, when you've done it, everybody wants to see the medal. Flash the medal off. You know, just feel good about it, but make it an achievement in your life. And as I say, enjoy the experience. If you're going to do a marathon, do it. It is an experience. It's a worthwhile experience. Go out and enjoy them. Have fun.